Welcome back to Sippy Cup Shenanigans. I'm Taylor Palmer.
And I'm Katherine Jensen. Welcome back. Today, we are going to be talking about some mom fails, some parenting wins, and everything in between. so, so hopefully we'll be able to laugh at ourselves a little bit, even though, sometimes we fail a lot,
Yeah,
a lot.
a lot.
But it makes for good stories.
Oh, yeah. The best,
So,
right?
yeah. One that happened to me today, actually, we were driving in the car, and I always feel like it's in the car. I feel like
Mm,
it's always in the but we're driving in the car, and I don't even remember what happened, but something was frustrating me. I
mm.
think Hillam was trying to talk to me and I couldn't understand what he was saying and he was getting upset and frustrated and I was trying to drive and focus on the road and so I got a little frustrated and raised my voice a little bit and he got quiet for a minute and then he said, "Mom, you calm down." And I said, "Yes, I can calm down. Thank you." And then he said, "You take some breaths and I take some breaths." And I was like, "That's a great plan, bud. Like, that's a great plan. Thank
Oh,
you." I was like, "I'm sorry for getting frustrated." But I loved because we always like talk about that when, like, if
yeah,
he gets really frustrated, or yeah, if we get frustrated and we're having big feelings, we're like, "Okay,
yeah,
let's take some breaths." So I'm like, okay, at least he's, listening and
yeah.
digesting what we were talking about. But it was funny because I'm like, I got all frustrated and upset, and he's the one that's like, "Mom,
Calm down.
can you calm down?" And I'm like,
Wait, that's so
"Yes."
good though. You're doing a
It was,
great job with him.
oh,
That's what I
thanks. I don't know.
think.
It was like
Oh,
humbling and like a proud moment at the same time.
yeah. Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, it was funny.
Makes my heart happy. What a sweet kid.
He is. He's a really sweet, tender kid. So I
On
have a
the
lot to learn from him, honestly.
Oh yeah, I think we all do from kids. If you were to take that on the flip side of that, I think Everly's too young to understand and I'm like, "Okay, we can take a deep breath." She's
Yeah.
screaming today during nap time, like will not stop crying. She takes a moment. I'm like, "Okay, it's okay. We can take some breaths and calm down." And
Yeah.
she's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm glad.
No, I will not. Thanks
So,
for the suggestion, but no.
so I was like, "Okay, that's great. That's great. Love that for us."
Can you think of like the funniest thing that
I
one of
it's
your
so
kids has
hard to think of like the absolute funniest
I
thing
know.
and I tried to think I think my favorite memory of like it was when she first learned to laugh. I think for me that was
Mm,
really funny. I'm going like
way
back.
back.
Yeah. But that's like a memory that really stands out to me and she was like a little over 3 months old and our family dog I don't know if it was him. I think it was him. I was like playing with a toy with him with my sister and she was just started giggling,
Oh
but
my
we
gosh.
couldn't tell if it was a full laugh or like a laugh cry, like was she scared of him? So we just kind of kept playing and it was just like this belly laugh and we couldn't get enough of it and it was the funniest thing in the world and that was like my favorite memory, just like watching her learn to giggle and
That's
because of the
amazing.
dog. That was
Baby laughs are the
they're
best.
so good.
And they are like so contagious.
They're
Like
the
if a baby
best.
laughs, then you just like like you start laughing. Like
Yeah.
that'll happen with us. Like Hayes will like start laughing at something and then we'll start laughing and Hillam will be like, "What's so funny?" And I'm like, it just he's laughing. I
He's
don't know, it's
laughing.
just funny."
It's cute. It's like
Yeah.
it just makes you feel happy. Like
Yeah.
it's like
It's the
overwhelming.
best.
And the Bodhi has our dog has like an issue now. I think he thinks that like he needs to protect or like be around Everly and mom's always like we used him to make her laugh too much and now he has a stress problem because of the children. I'm
We
like,
created a
yeah,
monster.
pretty much. But it was cute.
That's
So
so cute.
I
I
always went
love
over
it.
and I'd like kick the toy. I'm like, "Are you gonna laugh today?"
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get a giggle?
My mom's favorite thing to do right now is to send me reels on Instagram of babies laughing.
I love
It's
it.
the best. It just like instantly brightens your day.
Oh, fills you with joy.
Yeah.
Is there anything funny that Hayes has done?
Yes. I mean, like he makes us laugh all the time. I'm trying to think of
Putting you
like,
on the spot.
yeah, a specific thing that he's done
Has
that's
he
made us
started
laugh.
eating like solids?
Yeah. Just the other day, we gave him like a popsicle for the first time. And he like, well, I was eating the popsicle and he was like grabbing for it, like, so I'm like, okay, like you can have some. Gave him a little lick. And he like at first his face like was kind of surprised, kind of like almost when they taste something sour
Yeah.
for the first time. So yeah, he's like kind of unsure. So then I took it away, but then he just like grabs it and he's like shoves it in his mouth and he's like, no, I need this back right now, like this is now my popsicle. Like, and just yeah, the like rest of the time I was eating the popsicle, he had to have it.
I
So
love it.
that was funny, that was making us laugh.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna share because Riley's not eating solids yet. He's too little. But when Everly started eating solids, my favorite thing was just to like let her go. And like I just didn't. I mean, I cared because it was a huge mess,
Yeah.
but it was hilarious. And so I remember thought of this question and I wanted to share this with you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I was obsessed. She looked like the Lorax or something.
Yeah, that's
I
amazing.
don't
if
even
you
know.
if you're just listening and you're not
Yes,
watching,
I showed a picture.
and it's amazing. Everly has food all over her face.
Her favorite food was sweet potatoes, so it was all over her
Mhm.
face. And I would call different family members and show them what she was doing. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Taylor." I was like, "I know, but it's a fun memory, so I don't care. She's having a
Yeah,
good time."
yeah.
I got a kick out of it.
I feel like I have like two modes when it comes to like
Mhm.
my baby's eating. Like I'm like either like a free for all, just like have
Yeah.
a mess, I'm like it's going to be crazy, or I'm like, "Wait, no, don't.
Mhm.
I don't get it on your outfit." Like, like, "Wait,
Yeah.
no, can I just feed it to you? Can
Yep.
we not make a huge mess?" I'm like one or the other.
Yeah. It's like when you have to go somewhere too, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Come on."
And it's like, this is going to take so much time
Yeah.
to clean up, but
Yep.
it's fine. They're having fun. They're learning to eat, but
Everly's
it
hair.
does give me a little stress.
Does Hillem get it in his hair? Because Everly just is like touches all over in her hair, and I'm like,
Yes.
happy days.
Yes.
Happy
And
days.
it somehow like gets on me too. Like
Mhm.
I'll go like let's say Hayes has like a banana for breakfast or something, and then it'll be like 3 p.m. and I find banana like under my chin or like in my
Mhm.
hair or on my shirt, and I'm like, has this just been here all day? And no one said anything, like, or in my eyebrow. Like one time I had like baby food in my eyebrow, and I'm like, this is just like been there
Yeah.
all day. Cool.
Mhm.
It's cool,
I'm
cool.
about to get back there, so I'll be
Yeah.
joining you very soon. Mine right now is she'll grab like usually it's like avocado or something that's just like
Mhm.
really sticky, and she's like, "Mama," and just hand on the pants. I'm like, "Okay, thank you. So those are ruined now."
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, "Great, great." You're
Yep,
like, "I'm
bye.
not stressed. It's
Mhm.
fine."
Mhm. I'm like, I can't put on an outfit myself when you're eating.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
she doesn't like to eat in the high chair anymore. And so it's just like running around and trying to get her to stay in a seat. I'm like, stay
Mm.
seated.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Hillam will not sit and eat. Like he cannot be bothered to sit still and eat. He's like would way rather be playing.
Mhm.
And so it's like, yeah, he'll like come, take a few bites, then go, but it's like, yeah, then it gets everywhere and
Mhm.
it's just a mess.
And then it's
And
not even on you. It's on like everything in the
yeah.
vicinity of where the child
Yeah.
goes.
Across the house, somehow it ends up like in a
Mhm.
different floor of
Mhm.
the house, and yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, you know, a dilemma that I have
Mm.
is with kids and like getting stuff on you, and is like I feel like I can't wear light clothes and like
Mhm.
light shirts because like if food gets on it, dirt, whatever. But
Mhm.
then I also feel like I can't wear like dark clothes, like black or
Yeah.
navy, because like the spit and
Mhm.
snot and like and everything shows up
Yeah.
like
You just can't
and the
win.
milk. I'm like I
Yep.
there's no hiding it. Like no matter
No.
what I wear, it's just like it's everywhere.
Yep. It's like, when will I feel like I can wear a nice outfit and
Yeah.
it'll stay that way
Mhm.
throughout the
Mhm.
day.
That reminds me, this shows you how little I like get ready and wear anything but like a t-shirt or workout clothes. But I put on like a nice blouse for, I think Austin and I were going out like for our anniversary or
Mm.
something. I don't know. And I was like saying bye to Hillam, and he's like, "Mom, what's that shirt?" And I was like, "It's called a blouse." And he's like, "It's really nice." Like, he's like, "I like it." And I'm like, thanks. He's like never seen me in like a nice shirt. He's like, "Mom, what's that shirt?" I'm like, "Yep, it's true. I never get ready." So
I
he
love
was
it.
just like shocked. He's like, "Wow, this is so nice." Like,
No, I'm this literally the same way. But my outfits don't even match.
mm-mm.
No. Like, I can tell you I was wearing like pink pajama pants and like a Justin Bieber Purpose Tour shirt on top.
Yes, that's
Like,
amazing.
that's my attire. That's what I wear.
Well,
Just
literally this morning I dropped Hillam off at preschool camp in sweatpants and Austin's oversized Star Wars bleached t-shirts.
love it.
So, yeah.
Love it. It's just the stage of life that we're in, right?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
just how it has to be.
Yes. I've accepted my fashion sense is low right
Yeah.
now. It's yeah.
Hmm. One day I'll get
Yeah.
back to it. And it's hard with like breastfeeding and like all that, because you're like, you have to get something that's like kind of accessible. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't
It's
wear
limited.
this. And just the way that things fit too. Just
Yeah.
on top doesn't fit how it used to. So
Yeah.
actually, anywhere,
Yeah,
nothing
anywhere
fits.
it doesn't fit. Yeah.
I'm not the same. I have a
Exactly.
whole pre-pregnancy wardrobe that's just, it sits
Yeah.
there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I think I need to work up the courage to be like, that isn't me anymore and I need to
Yeah, I
donate
just need to part with this. Like I'm never gonna get back.
it. Yeah,
And that's okay.
it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm a new me.
Yeah.
So it's good. I'm gonna kind of jump off of the funny thing and go back to, can you remember a time when a simple task turned into a hilarious disaster?
I'm sure this happens daily. And I'm like, in the moment, I probably don't think it's very hilarious. I'm probably mad, is usually. And then, like, later, I could be like, okay, that was funny. But the first thing that comes to mind is so Hayes is really grabby. Like, you
Hmm.
know, he's just in that stage of being, he just has to grab whatever is in front of him. Like I said earlier, he was grabbing the popsicle, like anything. He just
Yeah.
has to grab. I made the mistake of eating some soup with him on my lap. And like he was just like, I'm like, "Oh, I can eat soup like one-handed." I'm just like sat him on my lap. I'm, you know, eating my soup, doing I don't know, I was like watching a show on my computer or something. And he grabs the bowl of soup
Hmm.
and just yanks it, and it just flies everywhere. It's literally all over me. It's all over him. It's on my computer, on the floor, like literally everywhere. And it was like on my face, and I'm just sitting there like, "Yep, that just happened. Okay." And yeah, in the moment, I'm like, "This is not funny." Like, I wanted to just eat my bowl of soup. Now I have to reheat another bowl of soup. Like, and it was totally full. Like I had maybe had a bite, and
Oh
then
my
he just
gosh.
grabbed it.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, and then I'm throwing my clothes in the laundry, I'm throwing his clothes in the laundry,
Oh, I'm
cleaning
so
my
sorry.
computer, cleaning the floors, the counter. It became a whole ordeal.
Hmm.
So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
that's okay,
It's
you know?
it's funny.
Yeah. You're like,
And it's
I'm
not.
so sorry. It's not funny, but it is. No, it's funny. Like, I can laugh about it now. Yeah, like I said, in the moment, I'm like, "I'm so mad right now."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
I get that. The like really frustrated and you have to
mhm.
like keep your cool.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, I can't be mad at him because
He's a baby.
he's a baby. Yeah. So, he doesn't know any better, but I'm like,
But I'm
"Mm."
mad.
But I'm mad.
Mhm.
Really at myself because I'm like, I should have seen that coming.
Oh
It is.
my
What about
gosh.
you?
I this is just fresh and I feel like I even told this to you I think yesterday. We were leaving the house. Anytime just leaving the house. Let's just make that clear. Just to get in
Yes.
the car. It's
Anytime we
like
have to leave, that's a disaster.
um but it was kind of I can laugh about it now. Like if I was like watching a video of this happening, I'd be like, that's a bummer.
Sucker.
Yeah. But yesterday? No, it was Friday. Friday, I was trying to get a. Oh, I'm meshing two stories in one.
I do that. I do that. Yep.
I guess. I guess yesterday it wasn't leaving the house, but yesterday we were sitting in the living room and I was holding Riley, needing to feed him, and he's upset. I'm trying to feed him. Everly's trying to get my attention. And so all I'm trying to do is feed this baby. Everly is like, Mom, 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 spills all of her like little bunny crackers all over the couch, crumbs everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in like asking for something. I'm just trying to feed Riley. And then, like, after all this is going on, I listen and I'm like, what is that? And I can hear my cat standing
Oh, yeah.
over on like the stair, like the banister by the stairs, just like casually throwing up. And I
No.
like am so grossed out because I'm like, okay, I got crackers here, a baby needing to be fed here, and I hear my cat throwing up, which I'm gonna have to clean up and make sure my toddler doesn't go over to.
Oh
And he
my
threw up
gosh.
twice. Like it wasn't just like one, like
Seriously?
it was everywhere. Like
That's
down the
disgusting.
wall,
That's oh,
just
no.
everywhere.
No.
And I had to clean it and I was like having not to throw up myself as I was doing it. I was like, you are strong. You are strong. I'm like,
Keep it
oh,
together.
it was so disgusting. But it was fine. It was fine. And we did it. And the story I was meshing was to get out of the house. Everything was fine. Okay. It was all going great. Everly's excited. We're going to go to Nona and Papa's house. We're going to go swimming with our friend. But then it was like she was hanging on Riley's bassinet. And
Mm.
I was telling her, not safe. I don't want you to do that. Like, let's not do that. And so I pulled her off, very upset that she wasn't allowed to do that. Picked up Riley and I needed to change his diaper. He's getting upset. So he starts crying and she's hanging on it again. I'm like, no, don't do that. So in the amount of time, because I took him out of the bassinet to change his diaper. I don't know why I did that. In the time that I had was holding him and I turned around to look at her to tell her to stop hanging off the bassinet, he pees all over me and the couch. I'm like, cool. So I just put this outfit on. I was like ready to
No.
go. So there's pee everywhere in the couch, on me. She's not listening. And I'm like, you need to listen. I need you to sit down. So I'm like, I sit her down. I'm like trying to hold her down. I'm like, don't move. And so she's screaming. And this is like bad mom practices, I think. But I was like, well, if you don't listen, we're not going to go to Nona and Papa's house. And it was like almost like I was grumpy and I was like, I don't care if anybody else is grumpy right now, which is not the right way to be because I want everyone to be happy.
It's
But I was
how it
like,
is
I just
sometimes.
can't right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, she wasn't listening. She didn't listen at all. I said, okay, obviously we're going to go to my parents' house
Yeah,
because I
I
had
know,
plans.
right?
I'm like, well, we're not going to go. Bummer. And she was
Yeah.
just like, it was just this like full meltdown, not
Mhm.
listening. And we ended up talking and she understood. She didn't really understand, but she listened after a while. And we went to Nona and Papa's house. But it was just like everyone was happy. All I had to do was change a diaper and leave the door. But no, crying, hanging on things, pee
P-
everywhere.
like you said, it's always like when you're leaving or like when you're trying to go somewhere. And like that's something I've been thinking about recently because it's another thing that like makes me really frustrated sometimes when like it's like all I have to do is get like Hayes in the car, or all I have to do is get Hillam's shoes on, and get the kids in the car. Like those are the only steps, right? And then it's like somehow those 2 steps turn into like 20 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I put Hillam's socks and shoes on. Oh, but wait, he has to go potty. So, okay, we're going to go potty before we have to go. Oh, he got pee on his shorts. Okay, we got to go change. We got to take his shoes off. We got to change his his pants. Okay, we get his shoes back on. Oh, I just heard Hayes have a crazy blowout. Okay, cool. Now we got to change Hayes's diaper and we got to get him. And then it's like, oh, wait, I forgot we're supposed to be bringing this. And then it's just like, and then it turns into like this
Mm-hmm.
20 steps an hour later. And it's
Yep.
like, how did that happen? Like, how did just the simple thing of just getting in the car turn
Yeah.
into like everything falling apart?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And it
it's
all
awful.
happens at the same time.
Yeah, it does. And it makes it hard to do anything. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
just leaving is
Yeah.
like you said, like a 20-step process. And it's just like just to
Mhm.
get in the
Mhm.
car.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're in the car, like in my case, the littlest one is like screaming.
Yep.
And he's like a straight up little 3-month old, so there's not much you
Mhm.
can do about that. And
Mhm.
then Everly needs something or
Yep.
whatnot, and it's just like,
And I feel like it's this constant cycle, right? Of like, okay, well, by the time I'm changed everyone into clean clothes, okay, well now like Hayes is hungry again.
mm-hmm,
And okay, so should I feed him before we leave? And then Hillam's hungry. It's just like by the time you finish one thing,
mm-hmm,
another thing has to be
yep,
done. And it's just like never
yep,
ending.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, one day I'll be able to get to things on time.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst. I was always like, I made a point of like being on time before kids,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
since having kids, I'm just not. And I
Yeah.
work so hard to be there, and I like give myself a buffer always before, and it just always
Mhm.
goes over. I'm
Mhm.
like, I can't stand it. It
See,
frustrates me.
I know it is so frustrating. And I also like I feel like I'm either like way early or way late because I've like planned for that extra time,
Mhm.
right? So sometimes, rarely, but sometimes things go super smooth
Mhm.
and we just like, you know, get shoes on, we get in the car, we're like pretty quick and I'm like, "Oh, we're going to be like 20 minutes early
Yeah.
because that actually didn't take as long as I
Yeah.
thought." Or it's like I said earlier, where it takes like an hour late. And so
Mhm.
it's like, if you expect me to be there within a 5-minute window, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't expect me.
I'll be there at 5 o'clock plus or minus an hour.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's rough. Even literally just getting down the street 10 minutes to my
yeah.
parents' house.
Yeah.
I'm like, my mom's like, well, let's do this time. And I'm like, I have like windows where Riley will be sleeping, awake, and it's like, okay, I can do this. But then, he wakes up. I'm like, okay, here's our window. We're going to get ready, except I have to feed, I have to pump, I have to
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
there. It's just the never ending cycle. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's rough.
It's rough
But you know
for
what? It's,
sure.
it's a season of life and it's not forever.
Yeah. Right. And you have to focus on the wins when you
Exactly.
can. The
Yes.
small victories. Like, can you think
Yes.
of a time where you had even just like a little win or a little small victory that like gave you that sense of, okay, I'm doing okay. Like, like
I made it out to the park
Mm,
um a few weeks ago and met up with some friends, and Riley didn't cry and he slept in his carrier, and
amazing.
Everly got to play, and I felt like, "Oh my gosh, I'm
We
getting
made
back."
it.
Yeah, I'm getting back into it. Like, this is great. Have we done it since? No. But that moment did feel like a really big
Absolutely.
win. I felt like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
So I
Just
think
a
that was a
little bit
win.
of calm
Yeah,
amidst the chaos.
yeah. Realizing that I could do it with two and get
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
gave me a little bit more confidence
Totally.
to
Totally.
continue on and do things.
Yeah.
But like I said, it hasn't happened again, but it's still in the back of my mind that I can
Yes,
do it.
you can do it and you will.
I will. No, it just, I think any time that I'm able to get out of the house with them
Mhm.
recently has been a win. I'm like,
Absolutely.
we've got this. We can do it. What about you?
The other day, like, things were able to line up nap wise
Mm.
where like Hayes went down for a good morning nap, and so then Hillam and I were able to have some
Oh, love that.
like quality time together, and we were just like sitting down together playing with like, I don't even know, magna tiles
Yeah.
or something, and I was able to just give him my full attention, which does not happen very
Yeah.
often. And so it was like a simple, but just being able to like have that one-on-one time, connect, and feel like he's getting that time. And so that felt good to me. I was like, okay,
No,
that
that's
was,
great. It's like that's like what you strive for, right? To be
yeah,
able to have that
yeah,
one-on-one with like each of your kids and
yeah.
spend quality time. That's great.
And it's like it's rarer, now, but
Yeah. No, it is. It's
so it makes me appreciate it even more
yeah. I
that it does
spend
happen.
I spend most nights doing that's like my one-on-one time with Everly,
Mhm.
where we take a shower, and if I'm feeling particularly energetic that night, we get to have spa time.
Ooh, that sounds
So
amazing.
she gets to, well, it's just like she gets to do the lotion on herself, and like I blow
Cute.
dry her hair, and
Cute.
she doesn't really like getting her hair dried. It's more of like a me pushing this.
You're like, "No, this is so
Yeah, I'm
fun.
like, "What? This is great,
You
right?"
love this."
Yeah, and then she'll point and be like, "No, mama, you no, mama." I'm like, "Me? Okay, I'll dry my hair too." But it's always nice when we get to just like sit and relax together.
Yeah,
And then
I
like
love
when they're
that.
excited about it too, I feel like that also feels like a win in and
Yeah,
of
yeah,
itself. It's like feels like you're doing something right.
totally. This was like a few weeks ago, but Hillam and I were able to go to the library, just us.
Mm.
And like on the way there, he was like, "Mommy and Hillam time." And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, yes." And my heart was just like, oh, like
that's so
just that even he
sweet.
recognized, like, oh, this is special, like mommy and Hillam time.
Oh,
Yeah, like you said, it makes you feel good when like they're excited about it too.
yeah. You saying all these things is like making me even more excited for when Everly like starts talking more and
Talking more,
like I
yeah.
can have conversations with her.
It's so fun. It's
It's
so
like
fun.
we're in like that rough phase of like, I know you're saying something and it makes
Yes.
sense to you, and I don't know
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes.
It's like a
Well,
guessing game.
we still have those moments all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Like I said in the car this morning when like he was trying so hard to tell me something
Yeah,
and I just wasn't getting it, and we were both frustrated. So we do have more moments where I can understand him.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the like longest sentence that Everly has said so far is for her birthday party. My grandpa built her like a barn, front of a barn. And so Big Papa built the barn is
Oh, that
her
you're
longest
like,
sentence.
"What?
I know. I'm
What did you just say?"
like every day. She said that to me this morning. She's like, Mama, Big Papa built the barn. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. You know what amazes me? Even when they're little like that, like 2,
hmm
3, like they still have such a good memory.
hmm
Like they hold on to things like that. And
It's concerning sometimes.
I know. No, that's so true also. It's like, okay, wait, I have to be more aware of
Mhm,
like what I'm doing and saying because yeah, like and I think back to like myself and I can remember things when I was 3.
mhm.
Like it like and so it's like, oh shoot.
Yeah. Or, like, they're just, like, also sponges, and
Mhm.
you don't
Mhm.
realize all the things that they're, like, picking up and, like,
Yes.
remembering, and,
Yes.
like, does Hillam ever have moments where you're like, "How did you know how to do that?" Like,
Yes.
we haven't done that
Yes.
together?
Yeah, yeah. Or like where did like he'll say something and I'm like, "Where did you get that from?" Like I have no
Yeah,
idea.
exactly. Everly got, like, a doctor kit for her birthday, and it came with a stethoscope, and we're all sitting there, like, watching her open her gifts, and she takes the stethoscope out, puts the things in her ear, and is, like, going over to people's chests and, like, listening. I'm like, "I know that we've been to the doctor before.
Yeah,
Usually you're
yeah.
screaming."
Yeah.
And it was, like, so I was like, "How did you" my mom's just sitting there, "She's a genius." I'm like, "Okay."
She's gonna be a doctor.
It
It's a
was like,
sign.
"Where do you learn these things from?"
I
And then
know.
I'm like, "I need to watch what I say around you."
Totally. It's so true. Hillam has started saying, just even like if we're leaving somewhere, it's like, okay, do you have to go potty before we leave? And he'll say, let me think about that. Or he'll say, I'm going to think about that. And at first, Austin and I were like, where is he getting this? And then we started noticing that we say that literally all the time. Like all the time. He'll be like, "Can I watch a show?" or "Can I have a cookie or something?" And I'll
Mhm.
be like, let me think about that for a minute."
I
and
love it.
and so now he's started saying it to us, and it's like, shoot.
I'm actually concerned. I have quite the potty mouth. Just
Mhm. Yep.
I'm really bad about swearing, and I do
Yep.
it all the time. And Dwayne gets so mad at me because I
Really?
just don't have a filter, and he's like, "Taylor," he's like, "Come on, like Everly's listening to you," and I'm like, "I know, I don't know what." So I need to work on that because I'm really worried that she's gonna start like
I need to work
picking
on it too,
that
for
up.
sure. Mhm.
And what's crazy is like I I was an elementary school teacher.
Mhm.
The moment I stepped foot in that classroom, none of those urges to say anything like that ever came up. I was fine. I never worried about that. But for some reason, you would think like after I had kids, I'd be like, okay, that version of me is just gonna take over.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
not at all. Not at all.
I know, and I like yeah, it's like I feel like I can turn it off in certain
Hmm.
situations, right? So like I should be able to do that around my kids, but it's like you're around your kids all the time.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah.
hard when
But
it's
it's
like
also
constant.
gotten like I almost feel like it's worse sometimes because you're just like so much is going on every day and like
There's so many opportunities to
so
swear.
and there's like so many things that go and like go south every
Yes.
day.
Yep.
Like it was even to a point where like even when my grandparents come, I don't and like the last time they were visiting, like it was just out there. I said it and I didn't even care. I don't know what I but I was like this is and it's I've gotten lazy. I really need
Mhm.
to clean it up.
Yep.
So, that's what I need to work on because it is she's picking up everything and I'm like, "Okay, well,
It's time to really yeah,
yeah."
think about.
Although I do kind of want I want, like, the you know, like, how you hear little kids accidentally say one
Yes.
word and it's, like, actually a swear word, and I kind of
Yeah.
want that to happen because I
Yeah,
it would be
it's because it's
hilarious.
so funny.
It would
Yeah.
be funny.
It's like, okay, don't say that, but also it's hilarious.
Yeah. If it's another word that you're accidentally mispronouncing, I
Mhm.
think that would be great.
Yeah.
Because then it's like she's trying to say something else, not the bad
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
you're
I have a
fine.
friend whose little girl was trying to say that her I can't remember if it was like her shoes or her socks were funky. And you can imagine what
Yeah.
that sounded like. So that was pretty great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And she kept saying it, and her mom's like, "Can we find a different word?"
She's like, no." This is the word that I'm using.
Yeah, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, don't even apologize. It's hilarious."
I love
And
it.
yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she's saying, so
No, they're just like going about their day, like thinking
yeah.
it's totally normal. I'm gonna change the topic a little bit,
Okay.
and ask about, so if we're going through our day-to-day life, what are some hacks? Do you have any like hacks that have helped you to like improve your routine or life in general?
You know, I am open to suggestions.
Same though. Same.
I am, yeah, I'm searching for those
Yeah.
currently. No, I'm trying to think if I'm sure I have something. I'm
No, you're good.
gotta have some
Here,
hack.
all this is something that I haven't put into place yet.
Okay.
Um, and I need to. I just need to get better about like lists and getting like chores and stuff done.
Mm,
But I think one of the greatest like hacks, and this isn't like, this is like what I'm sure so many moms do already, so I don't know how much of a hack it is, but crock pot meals.
mm,
Like
yeah.
I feel like that needs to be just almost like a daily thing. And my only issue is that like I just need to find like the healthiest ones because I feel
Mhm.
like you can get into like a really creamy and not
Yes.
good for you, but like very delicious routine of them. But
Easy.
yes, but crock pot meals, like put them in the morning, and then by the time like my husband comes home, we're just able to eat dinner and there's no mess because you're just putting it on the plate from the crock pot and everything's already done.
Yeah.
I would say that that's like a hack, or just like making them on a weekend, freezing everything, and then just like
Mhm.
having it to thaw and then crock pot.
Yeah. I I went through a period of time where I was pretty good about crock pot.
Mm.
Well, I got together with a couple of friends and just like as a girls' night. I mean, yeah, kind of like a girls'
Yeah,
night. We like meal prepped like
love
6
that.
freezer meals that you could throw in the crock pot.
Hmm.
So when those were like in the freezer, then that was easy to like
Hmm.
do. So we did that and that was super nice. So I guess maybe because I'm like, I always think like, yeah, crock pot, super easy, right? And then it doesn't
Don't do it. Yeah.
happen and I never do it. But maybe that's a fun way if you can like get together with a friend or
Yeah,
or something and be like, we're going to make a fun night of it and
that would be
like
fun.
meal prep or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, I get too excited to do something and then
Yeah.
you get something done. I didn't do it with friends. I went to my parents' house and did it, so
Yeah,
I had a bigger I had a
or
bigger
your
kitchen.
parents. Yeah.
But the fail that happened was that we stored them at my parents' house because we didn't have a bunch of freezer room and their freezer broke. So we
Oh
had like
no.
weeks of frozen meals just gone.
No.
So
I would cry. Like
it
I would
really was
actually
a bummer.
cry.
It was a bummer. Like there was like chili, I made like barbacoa. It was all the good
Oh,
foods and it was gone. That's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. I think like the dump and go ones are really good too. Just like throw
Yeah.
like 5 ingredients in the thing and you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great idea to make it a like a girls' night or a friends' night and just do it together.
Yeah. Or family night
Yeah, it
or
makes it more fun.
something. I'm trying to think of if I have like any other little hacks or anything. One thing that has been helpful is Hillam is like a little more interested in like helping
Mm,
and like wanting to do things independently or like he wants to help, especially when it comes to Hayes. Like I mean, he can't do like a lot to
yeah.
help, obviously, but if it's like, even if it's something simple like Hayes is being like fussy or I just need to go grab something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can be like, Hillam, will you go talk to Hayes for a minute? Or like, will you go bring him a toy? And he'll be like, yeah. And like, that's something he like gets excited
Mhm.
about. And so that's been helpful where I'm like, yeah, Hillam can't really do a lot to help, but he's like becoming a little more willing
Yeah.
and he can do like simple things that,
It makes him feel
mm-hmm,
involved. I also have you ever tried, because you were talking about cleaning up or like just helping out, I guess.
Mhm.
Have you
Mhm.
ever tried like the cleanup song with Hillem? Just like any cleanup song, like kids' cleanup songs.
Yeah, so he knows one from church
Okay.
that he goes to his like nursery group
Mhm.
during church, and they sing a cleanup song at the end. And so he knows that, and he'll sometimes sing it when we're trying to clean up or
That's
something.
cute.
Yeah.
That's like I think that's like a new one where I'm like, okay, this song kind of works because she starts to clean up now. And
Mhm.
even without the song, I'll be like, can you help clean up? And clean up, everybody. Clean, which is, I
Yeah.
don't know exactly which song she's,
I think
but
that's the same one we sing. So
yeah. So it's just like, it's cute because now I don't know, the song, if you want your kids to clean
yeah.
up, listen to
Yeah.
a song, it helps.
Totally. Or I've heard too, like if you have a little bit older kids, like turning on some music and being
Mm,
like, for 10,
yeah,
15 minutes or whatever, like we're gonna have like music and cleanup time, and turn on their favorite song
yeah,
and
that makes
make it a
sense.
family activity.
That would be smart.
Yeah.
I will use that when she's, well, I got years, but when she's older and understands.
Yeah. Like I said, I am open to suggestions. So if anyone has life hacks or mom hacks, little tips. Maybe we'll do like a question box on
Mhm.
Instagram, and if anyone has anything to add,
Yeah,
it would be much appreciated.
very much appreciated.
I'm in the market for some
Yeah,
mom hacks,
yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah. Same. I always try and like look things up on Instagram and TikTok too. I'm like,
Mhm.
what are like things that other people are doing? There's a
Yeah.
lot of like fun toy things to keep kids busy
Mhm.
that look really great in theory, and I haven't
I was
tried.
gonna say, I have like so many reels and posts saved on my Instagram of like, oh, that would be so fun, or like, that's super cool. Like, I should try that. And how often do I go back and implement those?
Yep.
Not very often.
Hmm.
Sometimes, but
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
I've done
need to
it
be
sometimes,
better
but
about like
following through.
actually following through.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Same. But like we were saying earlier, just getting out of the house takes 20 million steps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like to do something new, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, throw that into the already hectic
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
day
It's
that
one more
is.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
totally. You got to find what works
yeah,
when the time is right.
yeah, exactly. Oh
Uh,
man.
But yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys, and we'd love if you would leave us a review and give us your thoughts, subscribe, follow so you don't miss anything. And yeah, maybe we'll try to post some questions or things. We'd love to hear your input as
Yeah.
well. And we'll see you next week.